Hey Alpha fam, welcome back to the episode of Alpha Commission. Today on Alpha Commission, of course, we're going to go over that little drop on the Bitcoin chart, guys. As you can see, in the last episode, we were talking about that just a little bit of a front run signal that we had on the Ichiban indicator, and that has, of course, broken down. We did have a measured move in the last episode that did suggest that we could drop, perhaps at least to 100,000. And, we'll just play it by ear if we do get caught by some of those bullish order blocks below us. Right now, we are in a, the 236 fib area where, if this market does just want to retain its strength, that would probably be where you would expect it to bounce, at least for a little pity bounce, kind of a back test on this breakdown on these higher time frames. And then, of course, it could actually turn around from there, although it is quite rare. I would expect some continuation and perhaps an ABC formation to the breakdown all the way down to the 382, where we would then come in contact with those bullish order blocks. Now, if we do lose 93,200, that is likely to put bears back into control, and then we'll have to see how we do on these discount fibs and towards our money flow line, where we do have a lot of support down here where our price action originally impulsed off of. If we do just go over to the indicators, you can see that we did flash that sell signal probably right after I filmed the last episode, and we will continue to have that sell signal active as long as we're under 109,000 on the daily. So, should we reverse and put in a candle closure above, let's just say 110,000 by the end of tomorrow, then who knows, maybe this was all just a little fake out. But until then, the MACD does suggest that our momentum is shifting to the downside. And so we had our buy signal down here and a nice clean sell signal up here. So that was quite a great trade there. Now, this channel, it does extend quite a ways, but I do think that primarily we're dealing with just this portion up here, which does look like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe some type of a 5-wave impulse in this structure. So I'm not going to give it too much of an extension, which we could do if we just dragged it down forever. But I do think it's just really this section right here that looks like it's corrective. And so, I do think that we're probably going to catch ourselves somewhere within that $100,000 to $93,000 area, where I did originally suggest. Of course, if we do break down below there, again, bears are going to have control. Here on the Ichiban, you can see that front-running signal candle that we did get in the last episode, and it's just been continuation to the downside. We did break the red line there. Here on the EMA Squeeze Deluxe, you can see that our bandwidth does extend all the way down to that $93,000 area where I was originally talking about, and this does suggest that this thing could continue to fall, quite steeply and probably longer than people expect, if news remains bearish. And although we had the Bitcoin convention, that's always been, for some reason, a bearish event. Maybe it's one of these sell the news events. We've also got a lot of tariff news right now. The markets really don't like the tariff news, and there's just a lot of things up in the air. So we'll see if we can't flip this around in the coming week, but there's a good chance that at least going into the first week of June, that there could be some bearishness. And then we're going to look to see how do the courts make their decisions? What are the new policies? Does Europe come to the table? All of these different things. And maybe we'll find out some details on the meeting between Jerome Powell and Donald Trump. But until then, maybe the markets just want to kind of chill sideways a bit. And so as Bitcoin is dumping, of course, your altcoins are probably going to be accelerating to the floor even faster. Here with my momentum channels, you can see that we have broken the neutral point. So technically on a daily basis, bears are already trying to take control. And really, I would suggest that we do have to flip 104,000 to try to turn this around pretty quickly. Okay, so if we can't get above 104,200 by the end of tomorrow, then the most likely outcome is continuation down to approximately 98.6. All right. That's just statistically how that would work out. I think I'm not going to make this one too long, so I'm going to end there. That's your alpha for the day. Stay safe and happy trading.